Hi, my name is David, and I'm going to walk you through how I solved the CSWP practice problem 13.3. So for this problem, we're going to use the shell feature, just like the rest of level 13. And we'll go ahead and get started on this sketch in the top plane. There's some symmetry that will take advantage, so we'll create a center line. And for this is going to be my first time using this, the dynamic mirroring feature. So if we keep that center line selected and go to Tools, Sketch Tools, then there's a thing called dynamic mirroring. You can also hit the S key and just start typing dynamic, and it'll appear pretty soon. You can hit Enter. And what it does is it makes that center line, it sort of like activates that center line to automatically mirror whatever you sketch on one side to the other side. And I want to give a big thank you to Amakuru for pointing this out. It's a pretty cool feature. So now that we have it activated, let's go into the line tool. We'll create a line going over to the left here. You can see how it's automatically mirrored. Then we'll go out and in, create an arc, out and in, create another arc, and we'll stop it right there. But you can see that it helps to visualize what the mirroring is going to look like. So it can help you see things like, oh yeah, there's a little, this is not quite, it's continuous, but not differentiable right here. We want it to be nice and smooth. We want these two curves to be tangent to each other. So there's a few things we're going to fix right off the bat. For one thing, we'll start dimensioning. Make this radius 8, which will scale things. Make this radius 40. All right. And we're going to lock this center to the origin. And that automatically fixes the problem of these two arcs not being connected in a way that's tangent, because it puts the center in this vertical line right here where the two arcs are connecting. All right, and so we can move this around. We have another arc to make, which is the one that would go here to the center line. And its center should also be coincident to the origin. So let me grab, yeah, okay, there's the center for that one. Make that coincident. And we'll get the radius of this going. This is radius 16. There we go. And then the height between the origin and that bottom line is 7. And so now you can see we're fully defined, so that's looking good. All right, and one thing to notice is that this is the inner part of the open space. So this contour right here is what we're creating. So that's definitely good to take note of. Now there's an upper lip here, and we can see that that lip is 6 in thickness. So we'll go ahead and grab this sketch. We'll use offset entities with a thickness of 6. Okay, and that's going to create the outer boundary. So this is kind of like the inner boundary and the outer boundary of the top part right here. Inner boundary, the outer boundary, eventually it's filleted, but it's going all the way out here. All right, and what we're going to do is first extrude the inner part. So this part right here we're going to extrude. And we want to go in the opposite direction. We want to go 107.5. And we'll also take care of the draft of 2 degrees. Let me just show you where all that stuff is. So 107.5, it says inside, and right now we're at the origin at the top, and we're extruding down 107.5. So that's another thing to note here when we're about to do the shell feature, which is what we're going to do next. So we're going to create this shell. The shell has thickness of 2. And here's where the hint comes in. Normally, if we just shelled inside, so let me just go into the shell feature. We're going to shell 2, and we're going to open up this face here. And if we normally we don't have shell outward clicked, but I had it enabled because I was just doing this problem. But if we don't have that selected, then see how the shelling is going inward, like into the volume. But then the distance from the top to the bottom would still be 107.5. But we want it to be 107.5 just to the bottom of the inside. So there should be an extra 2 millimeters for the bottom part here. Also, if we shell inside, then the curve that we just made is no longer the inner curve, because now when we shell inside, there's going to be another inner curve right here. But that's not what we're seeing in this picture here. This right here, this curve, that is the inner curve. So that's like this curve right here. And so like this radius of 8 should be a radius of 8 right here. But if we shell inward, it's going to have a radius of 8 minus 2, which is 6. So definitely we don't want to do shelling inward for all those reasons. You can see all those clues, even with a hint not written. So we're going to shell outward, and we can see that now the curve that we drew is still the inner curve. And on the bottom, we get that extra 2 millimeters. We get that extra 2 millimeters that we want. So shell outward is what we want to do. So we'll hit the green check. And then the other thing we want to do is create the lip. So we'll extrude the other direction. Looks like the lip is like 3. So lip is looking good. Don't forget to merge the result. That'll help make it look nice. And then we're going to add the fillets. Looks like the fillets are pretty much all 2. So there's a fillet going around on the top. Make sure it gets all the top. And there's one all around the bottom. And then there's a fillet here and here. And at first I was worried about other fillets, but then I realized, oh, wait a minute. You can't really fillet this thing because it's a smooth edge. So it even gives you the error message, smooth edges cannot be filleted. That's because this face is tangent to this face here. And same thing with these two faces. They're tangent to each other, so you can't fillet those ones. So that's pretty much all the edges we can fillet. We are not going to be filleting this inner one. And I don't think we're going to fillet the bottom one down here too. Doesn't quite look like that's happening from the pictures. Like right here, it doesn't look like this edge is filleted. So that's looking pretty good. Hit the green check. Check our volume. We've got 43118.72. 43118.7 cubic millimeters. Looking good. Well, thanks so much for watching this video. Hopefully you found it helpful. Take care and keep studying.